Hello, Victor.
Hey, good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. So everyone here on this side of the world, anyway, my little piece of it, time has changed. So I'm curious if we're going to miss a few folks just because of that.
Yeah, I think it's happening a lot this week. Just people
Yeah.
confused about
And
the time.
next week it'll be Europe's turn, right? So
Yeah.
We'll give folks a few more minutes, see if anyone else trickles in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with what we're talking about today. For some reason, HackMD, like just 5 minutes ago, decided to go offline for me. I don't know if it's just me or everyone, but I can no longer edit. So that's going to be a problem. But I'll go ahead and work with what we've got so far.
Yeah, I'm not really literally part of the community yet, just new. So I guess if there's
Okay.
no one else, I guess maybe actually just some questions actually regarding the interoperability. Actually, I would say interest. There's just so many questions.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah, so I actually got some answer yesterday about the event. And then just, yeah, actually, I've been watching some of the interoperability meetings notes. The reason I'm joining is there's so many meetings. So I'm trying to get a grasp of, at this point, what is the status of interoperability between the different members of CD Foundation community? Like,
So
for example, yeah, what can
good
I do
question.
from all the work that's been done so far? Like if I
Uh-huh.
use Jenkins, same job, what kind of, I guess, interoperability? There's no like maybe there is, I'm not aware of, like either a white paper or like a summary of where we are with interoperability.
Yes, where we are right now. So I'm glad that you asked that because that's actually on our agenda for today. This group has been, normally a group like this has a sponsor on the technical oversight committee. And unfortunately, this group has been around longer than I have and longer than the original sponsor. So we have no sponsor anymore. And that's one of the topics that we need to discuss today, and probably something I'm going to need to find out. I'm a member of the TOC, so I'm not sure if I can also be a sponsor. But we'll figure that out and get that taken care of. But the reason I bring that up is part of the responsibility of the sponsor is to make sure that we have regular updates, quarterly updates, progress reports, some goals, things like that to provide for the community. So that's something we have yet to do this year. We've kind of struggled getting started up this year. And last time we met, we discussed getting a conversation together in the interoperability channel to discuss our goals and objectives that we want to do this year. Since I've been a part, we've done a lot of bringing projects in that we find are interesting, that touch some level of interoperability in the continuous delivery in that area. So obviously, I mean, we would like to do more than that. Some of the other items that have come up, just a couple of them, was a white paper that had been started a long time ago. It needs revisions and reviews, edits. We wanted to get that out this quarter. I was hoping to get Fatih on the line here today to see if he would be willing to just help us get that up and out the door. But that's something that we would be continuing to work on. Another item is something that's come up repeatedly in our meetings is this idea of interoperability between like when it comes to pipelines. So when continuous delivery systems, when they utilize or implement a particular project to handle their pipelines, whether that be commercial or open source, it seems we've started to land on this idea of a YAML description of this process. But all of them are slightly different. And that's something that the interoperability group has worked on as well in the past, is defining, trying to get a common words around what we mean when we say pipeline, what we mean when we say steps, what we mean by, what is available to people in a pipeline. The struggle is when you move from one project to another, or you want to implement a different, either a different commercial product or a different open source product, it's really hard to move pipelines. So that was something that this group, I was hoping that we would be able to tackle. That might result in a completely different working group, though. At this point, we may need to spin something off to focus on that specifically. That's similar to what happened with CD events, the project that came out of the Interoperability SIG. That was a discussion that came up, this idea of being able to consume and emit events that are commonly recognized and accepted in the community. And that's how that project happened. I'd love to see something similar, a specification for like a common pipeline language, so to speak, or a way to communicate about it so that in fact, we can make that whole system a little bit more pluggable. So that was a very long answer. I hope I answered some of your questions.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, it would be great. Yeah, you don't want to really join, because I'm quite a beginner in the whole CIC and stuff. But yeah, it'd be great to have those documentations, so standardizations to make it easier to move between the inside of the pipeline. Yeah, that's a quite exciting new feature if it can be common reality.
Yep. So yeah, my job in the next few weeks is to make sure that we have everything up to date for this particular special interest group, that we're ready to move forward. So keep an eye on the Slack channel. I'm going to start up a conversation there about our goals and objectives for the rest of this year. And we'll be adding a new sponsor here, so it'll be a little bit more formalized process moving forward.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Melissa.
Of course. So where do you come from, Victor?
I'm an independent consultant at this point.
Cool.
Just interested in just knowing different aspects of CI/CD. Yeah.
Awesome. Have you looked at any of the other special interest groups that are happening right now? We have one for supply chain.
Yeah, I have looked at some of that, and yeah, I try and watch the video where I can, so I don't have to interrupt the real expert talking to each other.
Oh.
Yeah. But when I do have a question, I do join.
Yeah, feel free, pop in anytime. You're more than welcome. We definitely don't want to be exclusive. So yeah, even if you just pop in to listen, that's totally fine. But I understand everyone's schedules are difficult as well. So nice to, I just myself, I'm a sponsor of the supply chain special interest group. So I was busy watching some videos on that as well, because I wasn't able to attend all of those meetings.
Yeah, that's all my question. Thanks.
All right, well, today is a bit of an anomaly. I think it really is because of the time change. So normally this group, we change our meeting time based on if it's fall or summer, so that it can be the same time of day for everyone that we're used to. So I will rectify that and send out an announcement for the next meeting, and we'll be able to get some more folks on the line.
Yeah, bye, thanks.
All right. All right, thank you, Victor. It doesn't look like anyone is going to come this time around, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But happy to see you. Are you on the Slack?
Yeah, I'm on Slack. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, good deal.
Thank you.
All
Have a good
right.
day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.